Okay, I'm shooting this video in cinematic mode with the front camera. I forgot to brush my teeth today, but that's unimportant because I bit my tongue as I said that. Is that a sign? That's unimportant. Anyways, listen up, right? So this video is going to be part of a bigger video that's to come out. So this is only the beginning, the little inner workings of this video, but I want to show a clip real quick, or actually not even a clip. Honestly, I'm just going to put this here for editing purposes. So this is where I'm talking about post-editing Jarrell. Literally went on to shoot like 12 videos this day, not including these 8. All right, coming back to the video. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, sending out a lot of love. And in this video, I want to talk about things that this has always been on my mind since the day I don't know. I swear, I always like to say just the day I walked out the womb. And there's a squirrel in the tree watching me. What's up? What's up? Bro, nature's always interacting with me, man. Anyways, yeah. Oh, make that jump, make that jump. Anyways, yeah. Oh my God, the squirrel is coming over. Can I show y'all this? Oh my God, the squirrel is above me. The squirrel. He's about to come down the cinematic mode. Oh my gosh. See, that's what I get when I'm talking to nature. But, oh my God. Is it actually gonna come over? Oh man, if a squirrel just landed on my shoulder, that would be the most Disney princess, but we're gonna call it Disney prince moment ever. But anyways, back to the reason I'm making this video, and I don't know if you're hearing the thousands of cars going by, but I gotta take my bike to a place. I got a bike to a place and shoot in a little bit better. But don't worry, some things are in the works, so I can't wait. Also, could shoot inside with my whole reaction setup in that little studio I've got going on right now. But nah, just wait. We got some things in the works. But I've been dealing with this point that I'm gonna get to right now, so we don't drag on the video, that for a while, because it bothers me that people actually think like this. And I don't know if I just was born with a lower level of judgment towards others, or because of the abuse that I faced when I was younger, that is the reason I don't really judge others past. But one of the most annoying things that I heard recently from someone I would consider a new friend, a newly made ally in this divine matrix, is, and it's secondhand. Not gonna lie, it's secondhand, so I don't even know if this is truthful, but I don't want to approach the person because honestly, I kind of get that sense from people. Like, I can kind of get that sense of a pattern looking at somebody's history, or when they slowly reveal things to me as I observe them and they're a new person to me. I can kind of get an idea of how they think and why they think the way they do and certain things like that. And one of these things, that the whole point I'm making right here, is thinking they know what the best is for someone. Or, okay, let me just make the point. So recently I actually wanted to put a comment in this video. The crows are not about to start coming out now, but I wanted to put this message in the I'm coming back to reactions video that I made, where it said people misunderstand that doing YouTube, now it's not just YouTube. First of all, I believe it's any passion in general, because of how the world is set up. The world is set up to benefit the system that they created. So what I want to say is, like I said, you guys see that I'm a very talented dancer. I got the gift of the gab, man. I can talk for hours. That's the Aquarius in me. I can talk forever, but I'm actually giving fire game within those conversations. And the thing is I have this certain perspective on life. You guys know this. And with saying that, there are not careers that are lined up for what I do, whether it be going into sales. I don't want to do that. Every fucking job interview I walk into, they're like, oh my God, you're just perfect. Like, you're just people person. Like, oh, this will be light work for you because we can't teach personality. Like, it annoys me, because that's part of the system. That's where they take the gift of the gab, or being able to speak. It's like I have no choice but to be an entrepreneur and be like someone like Tony Robbins or someone who's like a preacher or something like that. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like they don't have careers lined up to where it's like, oh, like get hired to public speak for this job. No, it's like canvassing, which is really dangerous for a black man in this system. And I'll tell you why, because I had a crazy experience recently. But it's not set up. And even like if you want to be a painter, an artist, like a dancer or stuff, it's like you have to follow a path that is odd to the majority of how society, like the majority of society, how it's built up. You have to follow a unorthodox path. That's what I wanted to say. That's the word I was looking for. And the person in question that I heard this recently through my girl is that this person that I consider to be a really cool friend said one of the things that actually annoys me very deeply, because honestly, it may be something that is unhealed within me and not dealt with. Maybe like this feeling of being unworthy. But what I've noticed as a kid is no matter what, I've been able to click with every single group. Whether you were rich, whether you were wealthy, whether you were considered a prep, whether you were the lowest of the low in people's eyes, I never seen people like that. I always just seen everybody as just living out kind of their own path. But I was delusional to the grander scheme of this game. And I didn't even know that my skin color at a point in time played a role until I really started feeling it, like experiencing it and being like, oh shit, why did they react like this? And then having to look for some external person to tell me why. So I get programmed with this whole thing of like, oh, racism, this. But one of the thing I'm talking about in this is people's past. Like, so when it comes to the passion thing and why I was bringing up passion and having to be an entrepreneur, is it's like we have to put, when you're doing YouTube or when you're doing like this, you have to put in 100 times more work than someone who is just going to a regular job to be able to make money outside of just going to a paycheck and getting it. I'm telling you, I've hopped to like 15 different realities recently, just looking around, wanting to experience different things literally, it's cool. One of the recent interviews I had, like, they love my resume every time, but they love that I just like to be diverse. I just like experiences. Like I said, my human design, the great life experimenter. But I just like to see what's out there. And canvassing was one of those. But look, I got into canvassing and got paid the first 2 days. And then I stopped. I was like, okay, I got the experience. I'm good. Now I know that this is not for me, right? Right? Now pay attention to that. I'm a super hard worker. You can tell that by my YouTube channel and by my dance career anyways, and the connections I've been able to make through it. But that's what I want to say. I don't like people. Well, I can't say that I don't like people. I don't like people with a limited perspective when they say things like, I don't like people who can't work a job and chase their passion at the same time. And that's what was said. I know it took me a long time to get there, but I had to set it up so that you could understand where it was going. It's basically like, I don't believe that there's any right path for anyone. I believe if someone believes that they are fully dived in, like they should quit their job right now and go straight for their dream, and then it ends up working out, cool. Even if it doesn't end up working out, at least they don't have to get old and regret not living because of what other people say. And that's totally how I feel. Now, I don't know if this person in question doesn't know too much about my past, but I've been working hard since day one. You see me. Some people even ask me, how the fuck was I posting 6 videos a day? And the thing is I'm passionate about this. I could not stop. But immediately to assume that I'm not working behind the scenes is the biggest bullshit I've ever seen in my life. Like, a lot of people can't get up and do this. A lot of people, like, I have to bridge this reality, because I don't want to say a lot of people are delusional about what goes on when you're chasing your passion or chasing your dream, but you're literally chasing something that may never be. Not only that, when it comes to just following your path in general, there's going to be a lot of people that don't even understand what you do. So from that level, I separate myself from it. I've never even spoke on it like to this intent before. That's why I'm kind of like stuttering in this video, because I don't want to say the wrong things or turn the wrong people off, honestly. But if they're turned off, it's meant to be them. But this is serious, is when somebody is going for what they believe to be their path in life, and you sit here and go like, oh, but they're doing it wrong, or they shouldn't be, then you're not for them. Like, and I hope that you are seen off their path very soon. And I hope that if you are that person who's chasing what they believe in, and you feel like you're taking the right steps, then go for it, because you are working hard. And one of the biggest things you have to understand is if you want to be an entrepreneur or run your own business, you have to work harder than you will ever work in any job. And that is the truth. That is the truth. And I've experienced it. Because one of the biggest things I don't necessarily like, and say why I kind of believe that I will grow really big to be known, but I won't really take it wild far, is the simple fact that I don't like selling myself. So that's just what I'm saying. But anyways, I just wanted to point that out because I feel like it is I just like, a guy just nodded to me. He was like, but I just feel like that's one of the most annoying things that I've noticed growing up too. But I really don't say much because it wasn't that big to me. But now, doing what I'm doing now, I'm realizing that is becoming much bigger. Is I'm realizing that, or like as I was growing up, it was becoming much bigger. Shit, that threw me off my game, bro. Shit, I need to stay focused. But my whole point is that you people, like, okay, I'm like, oh my gosh, man, it's teaching me to be more selfish with my energy. I don't want to be around people like that don't think I'm working hard, because I'm putting blood, sweat, and tears into shit that, like, you do understand, like, I'm never going to look at it like that because it's me. But I would assume people like this would look at it like you're wasting your time. Okay, imagine that then. I'm working twice as hard than you for wasted time. Think about that. If you think like someone, so let's just say someone should be working a job and chasing their passion at the same time, is like, okay, so what if that, I don't know. I just don't like how these things are framed. I feel like they pull you into unnecessarily, I feel like they pull you into almost like taking up unnecessary brain space in your mind. Like, it's just, they're trying to feed you a perspective that just would not make sense. Like, because it's like, yeah, you're chasing your passion and you're working a job. But what if you're working the job that you really doesn't fit you and you don't need it? And you could leave it, and first of all, you got money that can help you behind the scenes. One of my videos that is kind of like not following a flow, because it's hard to talk about for me, because at the end of the day, you're not walking somebody's path. You don't know how much money someone's got saved. You don't know how much work someone's putting in. And honestly, you shouldn't judge their path. Like, you need to understand that you can't judge somebody's path. Regardless, you can't judge somebody's path if you're not walking it. And honestly, you shouldn't listen to people if they're not in the same lane as you, and no one can ever be in your lane because you're walking, no one can ever be in your own shoes. But if they're in the path that you are following, so it's like you're trying to be a firefighter, right? And right, instead of listening, so I'm gonna give you like the whole thing. So you're gonna listen to somebody who's becoming a chef and not a firefighter, and like your dad's a firefighter trying to give you game, but you're not going to listen to your dad. You're going to listen to the person who's becoming a chef telling you this is the steps that you should take to being a firefighter. That's like the simplest thing I could give, the simplest analogy I guess I could throw at you. Is just like you're gonna listen to someone that has not walked in the path. Why? And then and not only that, again, it's perspective. That's why I say this whole thing is a matter of perspective, and it fucking annoys me because my own mind fights me and goes, well, what if the chef has some good game and actually the knowledge is unbiased? But then it's like, when you get there, if the knowledge is unbiased that they're spitting to you, and the game that they're spitting is not bad game, and they're actually trying to genuinely help you, then that's a different story. But like, to just judge someone and be like, oh, I don't like people who can't follow their passion and work a job. There are some people out here that believe that they can't work a regular job. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, is your passion in your career is a job. Like, I like this because I'm stealing it completely from Ralph, but I'm stealing it, whatever. No, I'm just joking, borrow. I always say steal, but a JOB stands for either joy over boredom, or what is it? What is the other one that he says? I think it's you're just over. It's you rather trade your just over broke to joy over boredom. So I'm working a job right now. This is joy over boredom instead of a just over broke. And also, job in Hebrew, I was just telling one of my boys the other night that job in Hebrew stands for persecution. So every time you go to a job, you're being persecuted. Think about that. Language is powerful. So you're working a job, meaning you're being persecuted. It's like, this mentality is just like, this shit just kills me because like, I don't even want to conversate with people who feel like their worldview is so small, bro. Like, you can live the life you want. If you feel like you're in the position where you don't, like, first of all, don't let anyone tell you that following your passion is not work. That is work of the self. That is work of the mind. That is work of the body. That is work. It's literally work of all aspects of yourself. First of all, you need to dive deep within yourself to not want to give up. First of all, self-doubt. That is one of the killers of everything. Fear, one of the killers of everything. Mind you, battling these fuckheads that have no idea what they're talking about because they're not even walking the path. Then having to shut off the noise. Then having to just trust the process. Trust that, like, bro, it's insane to me. It's insane to me. So if you know what's right for you, you know what's right for you. And I'm understanding more of how to protect my energy because honestly, I'm not going to put myself in a room of people who think like that. I'm sorry. Like, I feel like that's such a limited view, and that's a big one I faced growing up, seeing other people like judge other people's path or thinking like, oh, you got to do this my way. And first of all, the world is not as strict as that. That is the false reality that's been built up. Like, you hear millionaires and all these new people coming out all the time say that there's a million ways to make money. And even I broke it down in my head, which is so simple. Like, imagine, like, this is one that I'm taking from a video I seen recently. But imagine if you weren't passionate about it, but you enjoyed the work. And now, like, 5 cars come as I'm about to say this. But imagine you start a dog walking business. Or, like, you don't even start a dog walking business, but you start going door to door saying like, hey, do you have dogs? But this will require you to put yourself out there. And you started walking 5 dogs for, like, I don't know. It was like, I want to throw a number because I don't know the whole dog walking business, but it was like $20 per, I don't know. Is that low? I'm trying to think because I'm not like, I have to sit if I'm gonna write out, so I can't go off the top of the head with numbers. But what if it was like, I don't know, 15, 14 an hour, and you walk like 5 dogs? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to brainstorm it, but it's so hard because, see, it's not even my own thing. I'm taking it. But imagine like just going door to door, getting 5 dogs, and like every day you walk those dogs. It's a quick like $20 a day for 5 dogs, and you walk the 5 dogs a day, and it's $100 a day. And say you do 7 days a week, and it's easy work. Say 5 hours, $20 for 5 different dogs. That's 20 times 5, which is 100. And then you take 100, and that's each day. So 7 days, that's 700 each week. 2 weeks of 700, it's 1,400. And then multiply that by 2, that's a whole month. And say then you just turn that, and it's like, there's just so many ways to think about getting money. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know. But the point was, in the video, he basically talked about how this guy was walking dogs, and then he turned that into basically having people, or he turned it into a dog walking business, getting trustable, reliable people to now go to addresses and walk those dogs that he was walking. Now he gets people that he's managing, and he turned it into a business. And this can be done with anything. Where people seeing candle businesses, mowing lawns, fixing houses, building fences, remodeling. Like, there's just so many ways. And I just feel like just our minds are so limited. Do you see what I'm saying? Our minds are so limited. That's the point I'm trying to make here too, is just that you can't let your mind be so limited of what you've grown up knowing. I don't know if I made my point. My point is, any way can be possible. Any way can be possible with enough applied faith, enough faith in yourself, yada 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 yada. And let's just take it out of here, all right? But I'm telling you that there's no right way to do this. There's no right way to live. And if you understand that, you're cool in my book. If you're saying there's a right way to live, I don't think so. I think there's a way to like I feel like there's certain principles you should live by, like not trying to step on other people, etc., and things like that. Not deliberately going out of your way to harm another person, because you're harming yourself at the end of the day. But when it comes to career and all this, first of all, life is fucking long, and it could get longer depending on your choices. We suffer time to time. Like, no, don't got time to be following a path that's not meant for you. All right, I'm out of here. Much love and moonlight.